What is going on, everybody? My name is Nick from MWK-Pop, and I want to welcome you to the first ever episode of a brand new series that I'm starting called Extra Time. And this is a series where I will go into a bit more depth and possibly even change my views and opinions of songs that I have done music video reactions to. The first song being featured in Extra Time is EXID and their newest song called Aw Yeah. And my video has received a ton of not really negative comments, but a lot of comments from people who are disagreeing with me. And you know, I'm getting the feeling that people are saying that, like, or thinking or getting the impression that I didn't like the song, and I never said that I didn't like the song. In fact, at the end of the video I said that I liked the song. It wasn't a bad song, it was just a letdown for me. So, you know, because people focus on the, you know, bad so much, I'm gonna start with the good for this video, because I was intending on going bad then good first, or the bad first then the good last. But you know, people aren't gonna watch to the end, I anticipate, so we're gonna start with the good things that I liked about this song. And overall, you know, just like I said, the song is not a bad song. It's just a letdown for me. I don't know why it was. I'm just disappointed by the release of the song. You know, the song and the music video itself there's just nothing that gets me really excited about it, you know, quite in the same way that Up and Down did. And that's not bad. It's not bad. I don't think that the song is bad. I think it's a good song. It's, you know, a song similar to Up and Down, where it's not really like a song that really grabs you the first time around, but the more you listen to it, then the more you start to like enjoy it and get into it. And of course, the more that I've listened to it, the few more times I've listened to it after my music video reaction, the more and more I start to enjoy it a little bit. But that being said, it still doesn't erase the fact that I was hoping for something more or different in some way that I cannot quite explain, and they just didn't really deliver it. And you know, that whole like disappointment kind of plays into a negative thing that I'm going to talk about. But the final good thing that I have about this song is that, surprisingly, I mean, not really surprisingly, but the best part of this entire song is the lyrics and the, you know, I guess the intended meaning behind the lyrics, because at the very least it is all about, you know, how the, you know, portrayal of, you know, the women's sexuality and stuff like that is on, you know, media, mass media, TV and stuff like that, isn't really such a bad thing, you know, because in Korea it's a kind of viewed as a bad thing in a way. I mean, they're going through some, you know, social changes at the moment. Well, it's been, you know, these sorts of social changes are a long process, so they've been going through a long process of, you know, gradual and steady changes, and, you know, more, you know, becoming more liberal with these sorts of things, to be more in line with, you know, what like is accepted and, you know, a common opinion and view in, like, say, the United States. But they still aren't there, because they do still hold on to their, you know, traditional values, as a lot of people do everywhere in the world. And you know, you see a lot of, you know, there, you know, songs that get banned from being performed on music shows because they are, you know, too provocative. And you know, the song is kind of a way, and you know, the video itself and that stuff is like, look, I mean, like, you censor all this stuff, but it's not really that bad, you know. And I don't know, it's a bit of it. I really do like the meaning and all of that behind the song. That's at the very least. Going beyond that, what I also pulled out of this is that, you know, it's kind of a thing where, you know, like, Koreans have, I really feel like, you know, it's, you know, with the, I don't know, we're not going to go too deep into that, because I've just changed my mind. We're not going to go too deep. But, you know, you can go a little deeper as far as, you know, the meaning of the lyrics, where, you know, you're saying one thing, but you really mean another sort of stuff, where, like, you know, the sexuality and the, you know, focus on sex and all that stuff in Korea is not like it's, people don't think about it, they don't talk about it, they don't, you know, it's sex and all that stuff is taboo. It definitely is not, especially when you consider how, you know, prolific and widespread prostitution is in the country. Even though it's illegal, you know, it's not it's not enforced, it's not, you know, no one cracks down on prostitution. And so, you know, going and doing that sort of stuff is not really anything that is uncommon or, you know, it's not a thing. And it definitely, you see that whole like sex culture, you know, creep into dramas as well, with, you know, going to, you know, motels to do, and what that sort of implies. You know, so on one hand, they are, you know, Korea is a very, very like sex obsessed culture. And on the other side, when it comes to broadcasting it on TV, it's like none of that is really allowed. And it's a bit, you know, of course there's limits you should really put on all of that. But again, you know, it's extremes and it's a bit different. So that's really the two good things, well, the one good thing really about the song that I really, really liked. And also, kind of a good thing, but also kind of a bad thing, is that the song really is basically like a second version of Up and Down. It is basically built out of the same sort of like building blocks that Up and Down is. The same parts, of course, you know, the verse, the chorus, and all that stuff, but they all sound very, very, very similar. It progresses in the same way, more or less, as well. And you know, that's not a bad thing. Up and Down is a good song. I like it a lot. A lot of people like it a lot, of course. And so it only makes sense that they would continue with doing that to try and milk as much popularity and, you know, as much of that as they can, you know, ride the wave until they can't anymore. So it really does make sense that they would go and do this again. But this, you know, as far as that being a good thing, that's good, because it's not like it's anything different and foreign and something that people can have a negative reaction to too much. But on the other hand, it's like I've already heard this before and I was expecting to hear something like a bit different. And it's a bit different, but it's also the same as Up and Down. And that's the part that really lets me down and, you know, disappoints me about this whole thing, is that, you know, while this is a brand new song, it's a new release, it sounds different, it really has a very strong feeling of it basically being another version of Up and Down. And, you know, like I said, it's not bad, it's not good, it's just disappointing for me. So yeah, and so we're gonna move on now that I've got that out of the way to the last thing. In my music video reaction, I focused a lot on the distribution of lines, and you know, I received at least one comment saying that the distribution of lines was actually more fair than it actually seemed. And well, you know, just because I'm curious about all of this, I actually looked into it, pulled up color-coded lyrics, and well, here's what I've got. The song has a total of 56 written lines. That's including 6 lines of "oh yeah," and you know, that's, I mean, I don't know what an average length for a song is, but that is the number. So we're breaking it down member by member, starting with the least number of lines, and we've got Hyerin and Junghwa, who each have 6 lines total. So 12 lines between the two of them out of 56 in the entire song. That's not a lot. They have 2 lines in like the chorus, pretty much. That's it. And that, I mean, that's not a lot, but then again, they're not the most well-known, they're not the profile, they're not the face of the group, so it's understandable that they would not get very many lines. And then we've got Solji, who has got 7 total lines in the song, which again is not a lot. I believe she's got 7 plus 2 partial lines where she's got parts in another line, which again, not a lot, but it's also, you know, understandable as well, because she does not have, you know, the star power of Ellie and Hani as well. So what does that mean? So if 3 members total have about 20 lines between them, what does that mean for Hani and Ellie? So Hani has a total of 11 full lines and 4 partial lines. You could say that brings her up to a total of 15, which she's getting double of what the other 3 members are individually, which is not crazy, but it's really a bit of a letdown again, you know, because I want to see all of the lines distributed evenly between the members. And the fact that Hani herself gets twice as many as every other member in the group is not weird, it's understandable, it's not, but I wish that, you know, they had got more lines and she hadn't got as many. But the crazy thing that absolutely blows my mind is when you hear the count for Ellie. Ellie has got 20 total lines and 6 lines, which were the 6 partial lines, I guess you can say. The 6 lines are "oh yeah." So if you count the 20 full lines between the verses that she sings plus the 6 "oh yeahs," she's got more than, well, not more, just about half of the total lines in the entire song. And that is the super crazy part about this. Of course, she wrote the song, so it makes sense that she would favor herself as far as getting the lines, because, you know, the more lines you get, the more notice you get, or the more attention you get. And of course, you want more attention if you're a celebrity. But like, she has more lines than 3 members combined. Just let that sink in for a minute. She herself, as far as full lines, not oh yeah chorus parts, she has more lines than the other 3 members combined. That's crazy. That is crazy. And I'm not really familiar. I haven't done any research on any other song, you know, as far as line distribution, but this seems to me like it's very, 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 very imbalanced, like excessively imbalanced. You know, and of course I know that, you know, there's favoritism as far as, you know, line distribution between, you know, like the more popular members and the face of the group, and the members that are not really popular and they don't really have, I guess you can say, much ability as far as the group. But like, really, come on, that is crazy. 20 lines for Ellie, 11 for Hani, 7 and 6 and 6 for the other 3 members. That's ridiculous. That's crazy. But, you know, again, like, it's not anything that it's shocking and anything like that. And I do really have a feeling too that this is probably something, you know, the line distribution was something that has been, you know, it's been like this with EXID since they made their debut. It just hasn't been really noticeable up until this music video, and I don't really know why that is. Maybe it's because individually they were featured more in this music video than I think that they've ever been in another music video, where, you know, at least up and down there were a lot of group, you know, shots. But, you know, it's the line distribution is the thing that really kind of bothers me, although I'm not surprised by it. So yeah, I mean, overall, like, the song is good. I like it a lot. It's enjoyable. I wish I was just, you know, looking for something different. I wish it was a bit different than what we got. But honestly, I mean, I'm let down, but it's a good song. I can't be too disappointed, or I'll get over it eventually. I'm over the disappointment and the letdown. I like the song and all of that. So go back to my music video reaction, show the love and all of that, or don't if you want to. I don't really care too much. But yeah, so that is my revised thoughts and opinions on EXID and their newest song called Oh Yeah. If you like this video, please leave some feedback, let me know, because this is a new thing I'm trying out. Because, you know, I get changed sometimes after a music video reaction. I change my opinion and I have different thoughts, and I have more thoughts that I want to share with you. So I figure I would take them to you, share them with you guys, and you know, see if you like it. So if you like this video, if you want to see some more, leave a response down in the comments below. Tell me what you liked about the video. Tell me what you didn't like about this specific video that I just made, and we'll go on from there. So that is going to be it for this episode of Extra Time. I do hope that you enjoyed it. As always, I want to thank you for watching. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.